listening to you. I get the music gazing at you. I get the heat following you. I climb the mountain. I get excitement at your beat. Right behind you, I see the millions on you. I see the glory.
Hello and welcome to the second instalment of this show. This god-awful show. This god-awful show hosted by a kid. A damn kid of all things. I mean, it's no wonder people hate me, because I'm just a big Sam. Would you mind just not writing stupid comments on those cue cards, please? It's far too early on in the episode for a joke anyway. Oh, anyway, as I was saying, welcome to the second instalment of Movies That Probably Suck. Today's film is from 1959, which is the same year as The Killer Shrews, the last film I reviewed. And it's the same style and tone, a crappy-ass B-movie with horrible effects, this time having the pleasure of having loads of pointless alternate titles. Let's take a look at a few of them. There's Demons of the Swamp, She-Demons of the Swamp, The Giant Leeches, Attack of the Giant Leeches, and Attack of the Blood Leeches. Plus the translation for the Spanish title reads The Diabolical Marsh. Not the worst selection of titles, I have seen worse. Just go watch Cinema Snob's Death Demented Farm Massacre review. So the movie starts off with some old fart on a boat, who has the fortune of colliding with the giant leeches. Now every friggin' B-monster movie has this intro, but unlike the others, which usually end up with the guy getting killed or something, this one just sort of stops halfway through. Wait, what? It's the titles now? No climax in the beginning? Okay, whatever. Time for a title sequence with visuals that don't match the music at all. Oh god, it's a Roger Corman movie. Get ready to see something that'll outsuck the Killer Shrews, people. So it turns out the guy we met earlier is an actual character, and he tells his fellow old farts about the experience at some party.
Doggonest thing I ever seen. And regular arms on it like a man. It was sort of different looking. Had suckers on them. Like one of them octopuses things. Well, laugh if you want. But that thing weren't nothing nature put out there.
I hate you.
Oh, sir.
So the host of the party goes to have a chat with his daughter. Yeah, definitely his daughter.
Stop looking at me like that.
I'll look at you any way I want. You're my wife.
What?
Don't touch me.
Who do you think you're talking to? Don't touch me. You're my wife. I'll touch you anytime I feel like it.
Well, thank God it wasn't his daughter anyway. Anyway, it's the next scene that we get our hero, Steve, played by Ken Clark, who was in South Pacific, released a year before? Dude, I know it was only a minor role, but how do you get from a $6 million musical to a 50p Z grader in 1 year? Anyway, it's here that we get our first death scene.
What was that?
I don't know. You get in that truck and lock it up.
Well, that was kind of awkward. After seeing that, Steve heads off to find out more about the strange creature who killed the man. He goes to see the town sheriff and some local scientists, but neither help him much, so he sets off to embark on his own adventure with his girlfriend for some reason. Elsewhere, Liz decides she's had enough of her fat husband, who shouldn't be her husband, so she makes him leave and begins getting interested in a new bloke named Cal, played by Michael Emmett. But it's during an out-of-nowhere make-out session that the fat bloke returns.
What are you gonna do?
You'll find out soon enough.
Dave, you put down that gun before I get mad and make you eat it.
What? Anyway, Roscoe Arbuckle here holds the two hostage and, in an increasingly awkward shot, gets them in the swamp.
Hooray, big man!
And, conveniently enough for Fatty, the giant leeches come to take the two lovers underwater. Nah. Shrews were better. Soon enough, the suspicious sheriff comes along asking his questions.
I told you the truth, Sheriff. I didn't kill them. I just wanted to scare them good. I loved my Liz. I wouldn't do anything to hurt her. I loved her.
You loved her.
That's why you chased her through the swamp with a shotgun.
The sheriff takes Fatty to jail, where he hangs himself. Thank God for that. Let's move on. Now everyone believes Fatty killed the two lovers. But does our hero? No, he doesn't. But before we can move on with the plot, it's time for some filler!
Sure is funny. Huh?
Ain't you noticed anything?
Oh, what?
We've been prodding around you all morning.
Just show the leeches. So, after that abomination of terrible editing, we get a brief glimpse of the undersea lair of the giant leeches.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my underground lair.
And in the lair we see Liz and Cal again. Hooray. And they seem to be alive and well, until Cal dies again 2 seconds later. Steve and his girlfriend witness this oddity, leaving Steve to wonder why Liz's body didn't pop up. Never mind that, at least now it's been scientifically proven that Fatty didn't shoot Cal. I'm not sure how this really changes anything, since we would have guessed by this friggin' title that it was the leeches who did it. Therefore, we get another scene of pure filler.
Every drop of blood was drained out of their bodies. And they had wounds on their throats. Suction wounds. Like a gigantic leech might make.
Well, let's not jump to conclusions, mate. Actually, yeah, just do whatever, just get the movie done and over with. So after another week of explanation, they realise that Liz is quite possibly down there still alive. And sure enough, she is. Great. I always wanted to see sexual assault leech style. So while the tense crowd watches, Steve goes underwater looking for Liz. And then, out of nowhere, she dies. Well, this movie couldn't get any more pointless, so let's just move on and wait for some B-movie cheesiness. Really? Not even a standoff with one giant leech? Well, if you thought that was lazy, take a look at this.
Ought to blow the bottom right out.
All right, let her go.
Oh, no. I've done enough of your dirty work. Help yourself.
Really? All this build-up and for an hour and you're just ending with him blowing the swamp up? Well, that's a bit anticlimactic. I mean, isn't that a bit of a middle finger to the audience? I mean, it wasn't even cheesy. It was just, it's just boring. Oh, come on. Don't say you're ending it there. Don't say you're going with that end. Oh, I hate you, Roger Corman! While The Killer Shrews was entertainingly bad, this was just bad. It's a bore to sit through and there's not nearly enough cheesy B-moviness at the end, instead going for one of the biggest letdowns I've ever seen in the Zero Grader. It's full of filler, yet what's amazing is that it's actually 6 minutes shorter than The Killer Shrews, at 1 hour and 2 minutes. If I didn't know any better, I'd probably think it would be on Wikipedia's list of the longest films ever made. It's just boring, with nothing redeeming about it. Not even the men in plastic bags playing the leeches. I'm the Cinema Kid. I remember it. So, I mean, thanks for watching the second episode of MTPS. I'm the Cinema Kid, and yeah, that's about it.
I'll make 'em play that crazy thing again. I've got to do that lazy swing again. Hi-ho, doing the new low down. I got my feet too...
Oh,